I cannot believe it actually happened. So just the other day, I got an email from YouTube telling me, hey, you've done it. You've reached the pinnacle for what you were shooting for. You've actually reached 1,000 subscribers. I remember when I started this channel, I did it just to basically recapture me playing Sierra games so I could look at it on my own at whatever leisure and see kind of what I did. I wasn't really aiming to do anything with the channel. And then somewhere along the lines, like I picked up 50, then 100 subscribers, and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. Like I've got 100 subscribers, like checking out my videos. And if you watch, if you watch the first, because I started with King's Quest, because that's, like where Sierra started. They started with King's Quest games. And so that's where I thought I would start. I would just start playing King's Quest 1 and make my way through and just do that. And if you look at the original videos that I did, they're not high quality. It was like 14 years ago when I think it was around 14 years ago when I first started this channel. And 14 years ago to 1,000 subscribers. It's probably telling you something right there. But then I took like a big break. I think I played like up to like King's Quest 1, 2, and 3, and then I took a break. I came back and played 4 and 5, took a break, played 5 and 6, took a break. And so then I just slowly was making my way through the Sierra games. And as I was doing it, I was always trying to improve what I was doing. Like after I had like 100 subscribers, there was something like a little bit of pressure there to be like, hey, maybe put out a little bit of content now that people are actually watching what you're doing. And so I was always trying to improve. So like I made like originally there was no I call it branding. So it's got like my little Let's Play Sierra games on the side, and it has like the Let's Play Sierra games intro now. None of that was in the original. It was just straight up, here's 320 by 200. You try to watch this on your modern 4K screen and it's gonna be pretty grainy. And so as I was doing it, I started doing things like the little branding thing where I made that little template, and then I made the little custom intro, and I did all these things, and like some people were giving me feedback. I can still remember this feedback to this day. Someone said, hey, I don't know how to take this now that I think about it. They said, hey, I watch your videos to go to sleep at night. I don't know how to take that insight. And they said, hey, you've got your brand on the left-hand side. It's all white, so it just kind of lights up the room. Is there any way you can do like a dark mode? Like if you're going to do light mode, also do a dark mode. And I thought, I'll just switch it all to dark modes. So in my intro, it starts with the white mode, and then through that Sierra intro, it cuts to the dark mode, and then it stays persistently in that dark mode template after that. That was like feedback someone gave me, and I listened, and I love that. So I've been steadily growing the channel. I've been trying to be more consistent at what I was doing. I was always trying to improve it, just doing what I could. I'm spending, I wouldn't say a ton of time on my channel because I have way too many hobbies. Like D&D, Dungeons & Dragons, consumes so much of my time. I run so many games, it's ridiculous. And it's a matter of, I always want to be creative. If I am not being creative, I begin to suffer. And if I suffer, it's unfortunate for my wife because she pays the consequence of me being bored, and trust me, you don't want to be around me when I'm bored. So D&D, since 4th grade, I've always wanted to be a writer. And my 4th grade teacher read The Hobbit to the class. And I distinctly remember after she read The Hobbit, I was like, can I check this book out? I'm in the 4th grade. I barely comprehend like really reading something in depth. And she was like, yeah, it's at the library. I checked it out from the 4th to the 6th grade. Like when it was due, I would turn it back in, ask the librarian, hey, I just turned in The Hobbit. Can you get it so I can check it out again? And I did this for 2 years straight. Not that it took me 2 years to read it, but I was rereading it, and I would take pages that I really liked, and I would write and copy exactly how he wrote it. Then I would think about, what if I wrote this page that I like so much? Like, how would I change it? Like, and I literally plagiarized, I guess you could say, some of Tolkien's work. Not that I tried to publish it, but I was copying what he was doing so that I could understand as a writer how to channel that kind of energy. And so that's why D&D is so much of my time now, because the way I describe D&D is, so when you're a writer and you write a 50-page book, you hand it to a friend and said, hey, can you read this? Your friend will say, sure, I'll give it a look eventually. And you might hear back from your friend that, hey, it was good, it was bad, here's some things I would change. But a lot of times it takes forever. If you are an artist who paints and you say, look at my painting, you get an instant reaction where they're like, hey, that's amazing, or hey, it looks pretty good, but I would have probably done this with the ocean. Whatever, you get that feedback instantly. D&D for me is like painting with words, because as I'm telling the story, my players are engaging and they're laughing and just influencing the story and moving it around. So that's why D&D is so much of my time. But that's not what this is about. This is about Sierra Games. So let's cut back to that. So I've been trying to do more with the channel and basically upload more content and stuff like that. And I watched my subscribers grow. Like, again, I think I started my channel 14 years ago and I'm just hitting 1,000 now. But that's because I've been doing more with the channel, and as I was doing more, I was seeing more subscribers and like people were commenting and stuff like that. And I hit 1,000. My goal was to hit 1,000 so I can start to monetize the channel. I don't expect to get much. I haven't even looked on how to monetize yet. Like, that's the next thing I need to do. But essentially, in 2020, I've talked about this a few times in my commentary videos. My wife, in June of 2020, had a medical issue. Had nothing to do with COVID, but it was, ironically, in the height of COVID. She ended up hospitalized for approximately 3 months, and because of COVID, it was almost like 3 weeks before I even heard from a doctor. And when they called me, they basically said, hey, she's intubated. And I was like, I don't understand. What does that mean? Like, she had a seizure when she left. What does that mean? And they were basically saying she's on a breathing tube. So that was devastating. She is home. She is better now. She's nowhere near 100%, but she's come so far from when I first saw her. When I first was finally able to see her in the hospital, I thought I'd be pushing her in a wheelchair forever. And if you knew my wife, prior to this, she was very, very outgoing. She was the extrovert, I was the introvert. So whenever she was like, hey, we're gonna go out and do this, and I was like, okay. But she's still not able to work. She can't drive. She can't do none of that stuff. So living where I do it here in California, it's very, very expensive. So my income is the only income that I make. So my hope is this channel allows me to make some revenue. I'm not, again, with 1,000 subscribers, it took 14 years to get to, I think. It's not going to be a lot, but any little bit helps, right? So, just even if it's like a couple bucks a month, that's, food or, gas in the tank or whatever. So I just, I just wanted to come on here and sincerely thank all of you who have taken the time to subscribe, who have maybe even talked about my channel somewhere else to somehow draw these people to me. Those of you who comment and like, I truly appreciate that. There's some of you who are far more frequent commenters. So I really, really appreciate and truly love the love that I get from you guys. And just wanted to say thank you for helping me get to 1,000. I'm not going to say let's shoot for 5,000 because that's going to be like another, 14 times 5. That's a lot of years from now. But I am going to keep trying to shoot for more and keep having the channel grow. And if you guys have any suggestions, comments, anything to help that grow, what I can do, please let me know in the comments. And as always, please like and subscribe, pass it around. Love you all.